Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Now, as with the previous two challenge videos, also in this one I will include some bonus footage at the end of the video from one of my latest trips. Again, if you're interested, the YouTube chapter is below and skip through the area you're interested in. Otherwise, we'll start off by reviewing the global modifiers for the planet of Jakku. So the last stand, that's a very interesting modifier. Sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes not. Today, most importantly, you will notice the first time each ship falls below 25% health, they will gain damage immunity for one turn. And the enemy is very durable, so by the time you get to it, then they get the damage immunity, but at least you can then finish them off quickly. On the flip side, it'll help maybe some of your weaker ships just to hang around a little bit longer during the battle. So definitely nice little boost there for you. And this one, at the start of each tank's turn, they gain potency, whatever. Whenever a tank is critically hit, they gain protection up for 2 turns. For your ships, they won't really make a whole lot of difference, but the enemy ships, they're really juiced up. They're very, very beefy, all of them, including attackers. So definitely getting some extra protection up on tanks will be annoying. But luckily, you can dispel this, as well as damage immunity, actually. Now, in terms of the player modifier, the odds, so that's the for rebel modifier. So whenever you score a critical hit, you have a chance to attack again, which will a little bit help with some of the feats that you will have to achieve. In terms of the enemy modifier, resistance modifier is not really all that great, to be honest. It doesn't really do a whole lot. So let's just skip through and look at the feats. So you have to win while using 3 rebel ships, as with previous fleet challenges. It doesn't matter where those 3 rebel ships are, can be starting lineup, can be in the reinforcements. Even if you don't use them, it will still count. Then you have to win after scoring 15 critical hits. Now this one probably will prove the most challenging one. And then attack out of turn 10 or more times. Again, plenty of ways to get this done. So it's really the critical hits that might need a little bit more attention to get it complete. Now usually Malevolence is the king of all these fleet challenges. You just chuck Malevolence in and whatever faction you need. So that's what I'll do today. Just start off here with Vulture Droid, Sunfac and Hyena Bomber, and then add 4 rebel ships. You only need 3, but I just find out that the other starfighters from GEOs, they weren't really all that useful, so I decided to go full rebels here. With Hans Falcon, Cassian's U-Wing, then Rebel Y-Wing, and finally Biggs as well. And this completed for me all the feats, so I just decided go in, let's see if we can get critical hits done with Malevolence or not. Just try to stall as much as you can a little bit. Anyway, they're juiced up in terms of speed and durability, but luckily they don't seem to hit that hard. So hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to stall the battle long enough here. And also looking like all of their abilities are not maxed out, like their Starforge is not taunting, Radis there didn't cleanse with its ability, so yeah. Anyway, we'll just keep going. Just first going after Falcon in this case, just keep going, there we go. Again, attacking out of turns shouldn't be too difficult here with Malevolence, just because of the Vulture Droid keeps assisting. But as long as you get a here and there, some critical hits, it can be done also, as you will see in my case. First reinforcement, bringing in Falcon here. I'm just gonna hide it, and let's go ahead. Next, turn our attention to Resistance X-Wing, because it's got a daze. And obviously we don't want to get dazed, that's why we should prioritize going after them. Again, as you can see, they're not cleansing of debuffs, so definitely not all of their abilities are maxed out. There we go, let's go ahead, try to get Y-Wing down, an AoE over there. So you can see I'm getting quite decent amount of critical hits here. The only challenge there was critical hitting Starforges with constantly getting critical damage immunity. You won't be able to create Starfortress, but the other guys you should be able to create every now and then. There we go, got them down as well. Now just a case of Falcon, so I'll bring in Y-Wing, just try to stall this out as long as I can. There we go, got enough hits there. So hopefully this completed for me critical hits as well. The other obviously attacking out of turns, not a problem. There you go, 3 rebel ships, I actually used 4. I did score 15 critical hits and as well attacked out of turn 10 or more times. Let's go, one fleet battle, all feats done. And I have a couple of more here for you. So obviously you may get these critical hits or not with Malevolence. You may try a few times as I did, but I was, I guess, lucky. I just did it in my first attempt, so didn't have to retry. But otherwise, Rebels can get this done as well. First I'll do with Home 1, and then if you have Profundity, you can just basically autoplay that. but home one as well, you know, just with a standard kind of OG rebel lineup here with Bistan, Biggs and Hans Falcon should get the job done. Let's go ahead, hide the Falcon, and in this case going after Resistance X-Wing first because it's got daze, and obviously you don't want that it dazes your guys because then they won't be able to assist, they won't be able to gain bonus turn meter. That's why just keep hammering at the X-Wings because they got so much health and protection, but eventually they will fall. Just keep going, keep attacking. Luckily their Star Forge is not maxed out, so it's not constantly taunting. The key here, obviously, anytime going versus Raiders fleet is keep dispelling their... what's their buffs called? Like the shield buff that they get. I can't remember right now how it's called. Sorry. Yeah, you just have to keep dispelling their shield, their buff, because then they won't be able to reduce their hold maneuver, and that's really the key. And luckily Falcon, if there's a rebel ship in the leading slot, it will constantly with its basic be dispelling all those buffs, so you don't have to really worry about them getting to the hold maneuver here. As you can see, after we took down X-Wing, we're going after Falcon. Well, Race Falcon, they've got 2 Falcons on the field now, yeah, so we gotta go after Race Falcon. I'm just going to go ahead and bring Y-Wing as the second reinforcement. Cassian was my first one, and we'll just keep pinging away here at their Falcon. Just one more hit, there we go. That shield disruption can be dispelled. That's why, you know, the basic there from Falcon finish them. I'm just going to do a mass assist over here, keep going after Y-Wing. You can just basically ignore Star Fortress until the very end where you've got no choice. There we go. So you can see all this protection up that they're getting. Our Falcon keeps dispelling it with its basics, so it's really a non-issue, to be honest. Lots of assists, lots of critical hits here with Rebels. So these two now would get you all defeats in a single battle. For those of you that do have Profundity minus 6 stars, it worked very well, so you don't need to have it even at 7 stars. So you do have it, just, you know, start it with your standard Profundity lineup, hit autoplay, give it a minute or so, and you should be able to get here max grade. Actually remove the targeting, but it doesn't even matter, as you can see. Even if you have a fixed target, these guys would be able to burn for these guys very quickly. And all those critical hits, all those extra assists we're getting from the Rebel modifier really juices up your ultimate download progress. You quickly complete it, get Raiders out of there, and then just a case of finish off the remaining fleet. And these two would give you all defeats in a single battle. And this is the end of the Galactic Challenge portion of the video. Hopefully you find it useful and helpful. Again, I've seen in the Discord chat as well, people have done it with Executor. So, you know, with these fleet challenges, there's always lots of flexibility. I just showed you the 3 that I tried and they worked instantly very well for me. Now, for those of you that you do want to hang around, I can also show you another one of my trips. So, where do you think we are today? Take a guess. Actually, still on Crete. Surprise, surprise. Maybe not exactly what you would expect to find on Crete, but the East Island, there is this beach called Vai Beach. Vai actually in Greek means palm, and it's actually home to the largest palm tree forest in Europe. Now, the origin of these trees is not exactly known. First, initially, there were some suggestions that this was done by the Saracen pirates, where they just threw, you know, the dates into the sea, and then sea brought the date seeds onto the shore. But after investigation, they found out that these trees are this forest is over 2,000 years old, which obviously is way older than Saracen pirates they were here. So they probably go back to Phoenician times. So apparently, maybe Phoenicians planted them. It's not exactly known. I guess these are just best guesses from people. Either way, this species is actually Cretan palm date tree, so they do have small dates growing on them. Now, because they're small, they're not really used for commercial purposes, but apparently you can eat them if you want. I didn't see any ripe ones, I just saw some of them flowering, so they were not quite ready yet to be tried out. Otherwise I would, but they looked very, very small. Now, this beach was relatively unknown until like 70s, I believe. So it's a fun fact actually about this beach, that it was actually used in a Bounty commercial. So that's for the chocolate bar Bounty. You probably know it. In the 70s, but because these were no coconut trees, they actually hung up coconuts onto the palm trees to use them for filming the commercials. And that's how this beach became famous and popular, because of this commercial. And then more and more people started coming over to the beach, even started camping and so on, and leaving lots of garbage behind them. And obviously, to protect this unique forest and the beach, then it was protected as a natural reserve. And then since then, you know, it's become quite popular just to, you know, come and hang around. You can actually be here just during the day. During the night, it's locked down, you can't go. And I think that's a nice way of obviously protecting this unique piece of nature here on the Crete. As you've seen in the beginning, to the right of the beach, you can go up to a viewpoint where you get a nice overview of the beach and as well forest, kind of going along the valley, along a stream of water, because obviously palm trees, they do need quite a bit of water. Speaking of water, time to dip in to the sea, go underwater. I took out my snorkeling gear here, trying to get some recordings of the fish, but they were quite elusive, very kind of cautious. As soon as I got close, they swam away, so I wasn't able to get too close shots of these guys, but at least you can see there are some fish underwater here on the beach. So it's definitely, if you do like snorkeling, going around the rocks and looking for fish, it's a really good place to go. As maybe you've also seen from the footage, it was quite a windy day, but luckily the position of the beach, you know, kind of, even though you kind of felt some wind blowing on the beach, the sea itself was still quite calm, so it was very nice for swimming. If you do want to rent their umbrella and sunbed, I believe they were like 10 euros for the day, but personally I prefer natural shade of trees, and luckily they do allow to go like in the first row of palm trees. There's no fence there yet, so you can actually go walk amongst these palm trees, and then as well, you know, take out your towel and just lie down in the shade underneath the palm trees instead of the artificial shade coming from the umbrella. But you know, at least you've got a choice, whatever you want. Now it's also apparently this beach, because it's so popular now, because it's unique obviously because of the palm trees, it gets really busy during the summer months, with lots of buses coming from all over the island. Luckily, obviously, while I was there, it's still early spring, so it wasn't that many people, so definitely it was a really nice experience overall. Definitely felt unlike anything I've experienced here on Crete. But hopefully you find this video interesting. I think I've got one more Crete video for you next time, so hopefully I'll see you back then. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.